What if I told you one of the most talented wide receivers in the NFL has already been playing at an elite level, but most people still don't talk about him like they should? Not because he's not good enough, not because he hasn't produced, but because greatness doesn't always arrive with fireworks. Sometimes greatness arrives quietly. Sometimes it waits. Sometimes it performs every single week while chaos swirls around it. Today we're talking about Garrett Wilson, a player whose story is not just about football, but about patience, discipline, and performing at a high level even when the situation around you is far from perfect. By the end of this video, you might look at Garrett Wilson very differently, not just as a wide receiver, but as a case study in what happens when elite talent refuses to fold. Before the bright lights, before the NFL, before New York, there was just a kid who loved football. Garrett Wilson grew up with a competitive spirit early on. He wasn't the loudest, he wasn't the flashiest, but he was always locked in. From a young age, he showed an understanding of the game that went beyond just speed or athleticism. He studied routes, he paid attention to footwork, he learned timing. That's usually the first sign, not highlight plays, but habits. As he grew, so did expectations. College programs noticed, recruiters watched, and eventually he landed at one of the most demanding environments for a wide receiver in America, Ohio State. Ohio State is not a place where talent gets hidden. It's a place where talent competes every single day. Garrett Wilson entered a wide receiver room filled with future NFL players. This wasn't a "you're the guy right away" situation. This was earn it, prove it, repeat it. And that environment did something important to Garrett Wilson. It sharpened him. Instead of trying to be flashy, he became precise. Instead of chasing highlights, he chased separation. Route running became his signature. Not just speed, but control. Not just hands, but positioning. At Ohio State, Garrett Wilson learned how to win even when he wasn't the first read. Even when the ball didn't come his way early. Even when the spotlight shifted. That skill would become crucial later, because the NFL rarely gives you perfect situations. Draft night is a moment players dream about their entire lives. The phone rings. The name is called. Years of work become real. Garrett Wilson was drafted into the NFL by the New York Jets. Big market, big expectations, big pressure, but also a team in transition. This wasn't a ready-made contender. This wasn't a system built for wide receivers to thrive immediately. This was a challenge. And challenges don't announce themselves loudly. They show up disguised as opportunity. Garrett Wilson's rookie season might be one of the most underrated rookie campaigns in recent memory. Why? Because it didn't look clean. Quarterback changes, inconsistent offensive rhythm, broken plays, uncertain direction, and yet, Garrett Wilson produced. He caught passes from multiple quarterbacks. He adjusted routes on the fly. He created separation where none should exist. At times, it felt like the play was broken, and Garrett Wilson just fixed it. He won Offensive Rookie of the Year, not because the system helped him, but because his skill demanded recognition. And here's the important part. That season revealed something about him. He didn't complain, he didn't disappear, he didn't fold, he adapted. Let's talk football for a moment. Garrett Wilson's success isn't accidental, it's technical. His route running is elite because his footwork is clean. His tempo changes mid-route. He understands leverage. He sells every move. This isn't about raw speed. It's about timing and intelligence. He doesn't just beat defenders physically. He beats them mentally. That's why his game ages well. That's why analysts love him. That's why coaches trust him. Because skills last longer than athleticism. Here are things casual fans might not notice. Garrett Wilson consistently ranks high in separation metrics. He thrives in contested catches despite not being the biggest receiver. His body control near the sideline is elite. He adjusts to off-target throws better than most WRs. He rarely wastes steps in his routes. And here's the funny truth. If Garrett Wilson played with a consistently elite quarterback, the conversation around him would be very different. New York is not forgiving. When things go wrong, everyone knows. Garrett Wilson plays in a market that magnifies mistakes and magnifies frustration, and yet he stays steady. No drama, no excuses, no finger-pointing. That mindset matters because talent without discipline burns out fast. But discipline turns talent into longevity. Let's ask the questions fans love to debate. What if Garrett Wilson played with Patrick Mahomes? What if he played in San Francisco's offense? What if Aaron Rodgers stayed healthy for a full season? What if he already is top 5, and we just haven't admitted it? These aren't empty hypotheticals. They force one big realization. Garrett Wilson has been elite without ideal conditions. That's rare. Here's the lesson beyond football. Not everyone's success comes immediately. Not everyone peaks early. Not everyone gets rewarded right away. Garrett Wilson's career so far teaches patience. You can do everything right, stay consistent, improve every year, and still have to wait. But waiting doesn't mean failing. It means preparing. Garrett Wilson is entering his prime. The foundation is already there. Better health, more stability, more experience. And when opportunity finally meets preparation, the results are undeniable. This is not a finished story. This is a build-up. As I finish this drawing, remember this. Garrett Wilson's story isn't loud. It's not flashy. It doesn't rely on hype. It relies on work. And sometimes the most dangerous players are the ones who've already proven themselves without perfect conditions. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think Garrett Wilson is already a top 5 wide receiver in the NFL? Or does he still need the right situation to prove it? Drop your answer in the comments. And tell me, who should I draw next? The comment with the most likes wins the next video.